Hello. For those who don't know me, my name's Peter Hollins, and I'm a Australian bridge player, and I've represented my state, Victoria, and also Australia in both the youth and open. I'm currently 26, but about to turn 27 tomorrow. I have a bridge website where I post some lessons and some videos of me playing and talking about my thought processes, which I'll just post a link in now. And I do some live video of me playing, and you can see most of these for free if you find me live, and these are broadcast on a website called twitch.tv. So I've just posted the link there. Today I'll be doing a lesson called Defending Without Signals. So sometimes you're playing and you're not sure what signals your partner's playing and you have to defend, or other times you do know what signals you are, but I'll just go through some of the thought processes that you should be using and you can think about in addition to using your signals. Signals shouldn't be the be-all and end-all of how you defend. They should just be a nice extra addition to your arsenal that you can use for when defending. So there's a few different categories of types of things I like to think about for defending without signals. Now I've got some example hands that I've prepared earlier here. I'll go through them, and if we have any extra time at the end, I'll set it up so I play against robots and hopefully I'm defending and see if any of them come up. I'm not sure if I'll have any extra time at the end. But the types of things I like to think about are sort of inferences from the bidding. What has the bidding told us? And that can give us a really good guide to the play. Inferences from the play, such as what line of play is the declarer taking, or what line of defense is my partner taking? Because if you try and work out why a certain player is playing in a particular way, it can give you a lot of information about their hand. Also, very importantly, and I can't emphasize this enough, is taking some time to count. Most of my previous lessons have been on trying to count different things, especially my segment, Where Are the Cards? To get to the top of your game, you must try and count many things as you can. Count points, count shape, possibly count tricks and other things. There's lots of things you can count, and I just strongly emphasize that you spend some time trying to, every time you play, try and count something new, or try and improve your counting, and not just being a little bit lazy and just playing what you think, but spend that little extra few seconds trying to count something out. And finally, something that's very underrated for sort of generally defending is just trying to make life easier for your partner. And if you're defending without signals, this is even more important. You want to make it as easy as possible for your partner. It doesn't even matter if your partner's a world-class expert. If you treat them like a rank beginner and make life as simple as possible, they will thank you for it. They will really like it if you just make the defense as simple as possible, because defense is really hard. And if you've managed to work out how to beat a contract, you want to make sure that your partner also knows. So you want to do everything in your power to make sure they're on the same wavelength as you. So they're the sorts of things I like to think about when defending without signals. So I'll just get into some hands. If you've got any questions, just message Diana Eva, and then she'll post them on to me. At the end of any hand, I'll take a moment just to answer any of the questions. Okay, and so I'll get into it. I hope you enjoy it. So here I've got 11 points, but I got length and diamond, so I don't want to bid here. So I'll just start with a pass. And in this example, we're playing against some people that are just playing very natural methods. So even though I've got this south hand and I'm thinking of passing a lot, if the opponents take a lot of time at any point, you want to use this bidding time to try and work out what's going on. So already in this auction, we know a lot of information. So don't just sit there and wait and think, okay, I know I'm not bidding, I'll just let the opponents bid this hand out. You want to use this time to think about what is actually going on, because when it gets to the play, you're going to be rushed. There is so much to think about. So if you take the time when you're not actually doing much, you just know you're going to be passing, you can work out a lot about the auction. Okay, so I sort of quickly went through the auction, but what do we know? So what have you worked out from this time about what's going on in the auction? Okay, so what we know is East has 12 to 14 balanced, and the diamonds is their favourite suit. Also, they have to have 4 diamonds at the moment, even if they play better minor. Because when it goes a diamond, a major, and no trump, that hand can no longer only have 3 diamonds. Because the only hand shape you're meant to open a diamond on, if you play better minor, is with a 3-card diamond suit, is a 4-4-3-2. And if you have that hand shape, you would raise your partner's hearts when they bid a major. Okay. Now West has at least 4 hearts. East said they've got 12 to 14 balanced without 4 hearts. West now jumped to 3 diamonds. They just meant this as an invitational. I've got some diamonds for you. Pass. Now East was happy to accept the invite, but told their partner they had a 3-card heart suit along the way. And West said, okay, I've actually got a 5th heart. Let's play in 4 hearts rather than 3 no trumps. Okay, so what do we know about the auction? What should we lead? Does anyone have any thoughts on what they should lead? So here, East and West have just told us that they have a diamond fit. So how many diamonds does my partner have? My partner's only got 1 diamond. So even though I've got an ace-king, and ace-kings are usually always good to lead, here I know my partner's only got 1 diamond, and I've got some trumps, and I've got some club tricks. So in fact, instead of passing this out like I would usually do if I wasn't contemplating what the auction was going, I know that the play can go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, club to my king, diamond ruff, club to my ace, diamond ruff. And that looks like we're going to beat that a lot of tricks. So instead of just passing it out, I reckon you should double this auction. So here we're just hoping partner leads their singleton, if they have one. If they don't have one, it might be a bit dangerous. So also, even though I said this is defending without signals, one assumed signal that lots of people play is that when you give them a ruff, it's suit preference. So a lower card would be for a lower suit. Now some people don't play that, but the vast majority of do. So if you don't discuss it, that's something you can assume, but don't be worried if they don't follow your signal. And now when partner leads a club to you. You want to play the lower of your touching honours. Here they now know for certain that you've got the ace now, so they can easily find your ace again. So we can just give them another ruff. And we can give partner their final ruff. Oops. Okay, and now partner got to use all their trumps to trump diamonds. And after we got all our diamond tricks, there wasn't much left for the players to do, so I just rushed through the play. But here we just knew from the option that my partner had a short diamond, and if they can lead their diamond, we can go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff. If they have a void diamond, it's a bit more dangerous, but if they happen to stumble upon a club lead, then we'll be able to beat it. Also notice partner will work out from this hand that when you double them, you haven't doubled them on just a stack of trumps. So they'll work out that to double them, you probably have some diamond cards or something like that. So they're quite happy to lead their singleton diamond in this sequence. So this was just a hand that came up from a local Victorian competition. But it was just a good inference from the play of how you can inference from the bidding that partner will be able to ruff lots of diamonds. So you could risk a double and then try and know that you can give them ruffs. Does anyone have any questions about this hand? Okay, well, I'll move on. So here the opponents have just transferred to hearts and then done a super accept. I just got a message from someone else which said, asked, so does Gib understand suit preference? No. If you're playing with robots, they do not pay any attention at all to your suit preference signals. I still give them. I hope that I can actually teach Gib something by playing with it, but I don't hold my hopes out for that. But yeah, so Gib doesn't pay any attention to suit preference that I know of. Yeah, someone made a point that if the person doesn't follow any suit preference at all, you could risk cashing the king of clubs to make sure that your partner knows for certain where your entry is. Now you'd definitely do that if you didn't double the contract. Once you double the contract, you probably want both your ace king, so that you can get the maximum amount of penalty. But if you didn't double the contract and you're just trying to make sure you beat it, I would cash the king of clubs so that partner knows, yes, this is how I can get back to your hand and lead to it. But if you've doubled them, you want to make sure you've got all the entries to give partner the maximum amount of ruffs. Okay, So here, West has opened 1 no trump, 15 to 17. East has transferred to hearts. West jumped to 3 hearts, and now East bid 4 hearts. Now we've got an interesting choice here. So our partner led the 5 of clubs. Now what we want to work out is what sort of hands might partner have led from. So an inference from the play that I like to use is what sort of hand, when partner leads, take a moment to think what could that holding have been from. So here partners led a club that looks sort of a middle-ish club. You can't tell for certain what it's from. But we do know that they've got a shortage in hearts because they can only have 2 hearts as well because of the super accept. So they're unlikely to have led a shortage too much. Now we also know that people don't underlead aces against suit contracts, or shouldn't underlead aces against suit contracts. So it looks like West has the ace of clubs. Now, if West has ace queen of clubs and we stick in the king, we've given away a trick. If declarer's got ace 10 of clubs, or say ace 10 third club, we're entitled to 1 club trick. Now if it's got ace 10 doubleton and we stick in a low one, we don't get our club trick. But if they've got ace 10 third, we'll get our club trick whether we stick in the 9 or if we stick in the king. And if declarer just has ace third, then we know that if we stick in the king, we're actually giving away a trick, because if West has only ace third club and we play the king or go ace, they'll eventually be able to lead up to the jack and only lose 1 club. Now there's a lot of stuff to think about, but one thing that might help us is the rule of 11, or if partner leads something, they're meant to lead their 4th highest club. So if partner has led their 4th highest club, it means they've got 3 clubs higher than the 5, and we can see the jack, the 7, the 6, the king and the 9, so there's only the ace, the queen, the 10 and the 8. So there are only 4 clubs higher than the 5, and we know that West has the ace for certain. We're fairly sure that they've got the ace because partner shouldn't be underleading an ace. So that makes it look like partner's led from queen, 10, 8, 5. Another possible way of working out is the rule of 11, which is if partner has led a 4th best club, then you look at that number, so they've led a 5, and now take that away from 11. So that would be 6. And then we look at how many cards above the 5 can we see in dummy and our hand. So we can see 3 in dummy and 2 in our hand, which leaves, take that away from 6, and that just leaves 1, which makes us think that declarer has just got the ace of clubs. Now notice that if partner hasn't led a 4th best, but just led, say, low from an honor, it means that the hand of West having just ace 10 doubleton can't exist, so we don't need to worry about that. So if you've done all that, we can work out that the 9 of clubs is the better club to play if East plays low. So this is just sort of inference from the play that you can use, working out has partner led a 4th highest, what could the lead have been from, and sort of solve those sorts of issues. And we force the ace, as we were hoping to do. And here we notice that West actually has 5 hearts, and they opened 1 no trump. Partner only had 1, so we can work out a lot about partner's shape, possibly, knowing that they've only got 1 heart. Okay, we're finally in, and now we want to reap the rewards of our initial 9 of clubs and cash our top club. And now put partner in, and if West has another club, we'll be able to beat the contract. Okay, and we can see the full hand down in the bottom right corner. Partner had led from Queen 10 8 5, and we were entitled to 2 club tricks, Ace of Spades and the Ace of Diamonds. So it's important to take the time to work out what could partners have led from, and don't just instantly play just third hand absolute high. Here we can work out that we want to finesse the jack, just based on what we think the lead's from. So that's just an inference from the play. Are there any questions? Okay, there is one question from Kibbs. Why not double 2 diamonds lead directing? You can double 2 diamonds lead directing with this hand. It depends on your style. Not everyone will play double as lead directing, but the majority do. You could actually double it. That would be fine. This would be the minimum holding that you'd want to double on. And it'd also solve your issues. If partner led a diamond on this hand, then you've got no chance of stuffing up the play and putting in the king of clubs, which is nice. So it is okay to double 2 diamonds on this hand. Lead directing doubles are also quite good if you're defending without signals, so you want to try and give information like that to partner. Can you hear me now? Okay, so doubling 2 diamonds does seem okay. This would be the sort of the minimum you'd want to double 2 diamonds on. Not everyone in the world would play 2 diamonds as just lead directing. Some people would say it's like, I've actually got a good diamond suit and I'm happy for you to bid. So if you double 2 diamonds, you have to be willing for partner to occasionally bid 3 diamonds and things like that. And it's fine at this vulnerability being favorable. If you're vulnerable or vulnerable against not, I probably wouldn't risk it, because some people like to compete to 3 diamonds a bit too much. But this is fine, you can double that. I don't mind, like that, it's completely fine to do that. Good question. For the sound, I have to make sure that my thing's always clicked on BBO, or else the voice didn't work, so sorry about that. So here the opponents could have some scientific auction, but I'll just give it as 1 heart past 4 hearts. Not as a weak bid, but just as something to play. That might have been 1 heart past 2 no trumps, or whatever their methods are, but just a good raise to a game. And now partner led 3 diamonds. Okay, So like last hand, it's important to think what was the lead from and what can we devise from it. So here, the 3 of diamonds could be low from an honour, but partner doesn't have any honours. So they can't have the ace because they shouldn't be under leading aces. Can it be top of a doubleton? No, it can't be top of a doubleton. So partner's lead has to be a singleton. So we're quite lucky that we can get in and then give partner a diamond ruff. So here, when partner, we get in with the ace of hearts, we're quite happy, and now we know for certain that we want to lead a diamond and give partner a diamond ruff. And we can get back in with the ace of clubs. Now, again, nice hand for suit preference, but the robots might be able to work it out. Anyway, this time we weren't able to cash an ace or king or something like that to guarantee that partner could get that to us. As it was, we didn't actually need to give the final trick to, so I'll just claim the rest. We could have actually beaten it another trick possibly. If you can see the whole hand down the bottom. If I could convince partner not to lead a spade, then we can actually beat 2 tricks on that defense. But the important thing of this hand is when partner leads something like a 3, it's just a nice simple hand. What you can work out is what could that lead be from, and as soon as you rule everything out, you can work out that it's a singleton. So nice simple hand, and I'll just move on to the next one, unless there's any questions about that. Okay, so I'll give another simple auction. Again, they could have bid something more scientific, but they just have a value raised to 4 spades. On this hand, they probably could have actually splintered or done something like that. Okay, so again, partner led the 2 of clubs. So we want to work out what could the 2 be from. Okay, so here it's gone 2, queen, small, 10. Okay, so from this it sort of looks like partner led away from jack 4th. Okay, although jack 4th isn't a particularly appealing holding, it is a possible one that they might have led from. But on this hand, we want to take 2 inferences. First of all, we want to think what is the inference from the lead and what is the inference from Declarer's line of play. Okay, so Declarer won the club and now plays a spade. Okay, so if partner had led from jack 4th and Declarer had just a singleton club, wouldn't they probably not start playing spades now but actually take some immediate discards or something like that? If you see, how often do you see a hand where Declarer has ace, king, queen to 4 opposite a singleton and wins the queen and then just doesn't play the ace, king, throwing off losers? It doesn't come up that often. So the fact that Declarer didn't start by cashing the ace, king of clubs means that that might not be the exact holding. So also, dummy doesn't look like it's got an abundance of extra entries. So we want to work out what's actually going on here. And finally, we also want to come up with a way that we can beat this contract. Now, if West has a singleton club, we might get a spade trick, we might get a diamond trick, but our partner is not going to have the ace king of hearts or anything like that. So it's probably too tough to try and beat the contract like that. So instead we want to hope that West was being a bit tricky and that partner hadn't led from Jack 4th, because it's not a very nice lead to lead from. Not a bad lead, but not a great one. And they might have had different choices. So another possible option was that partner led a singleton. And if that's the case, we want to rise with the ace of spades and try and give them a ruff. Okay, so now Declarer was actually being tricky. They actually had the jack of clubs. They did something which was quite a nice technical play in club suit, which was when they led, it looked for all the world to a singleton like them. So how can they convince us that it's not a singleton? And with Jack 10 4th, you want to win it in dummy and throw the 10 away, because we'll look at it at the end, but I'll bring it back up to show you. Okay, so I'll just reload that board up. Give me a moment. Okay, so here, with the club suit, West has Jack 10 4th club, and when they see the 2 of clubs lead, that looks exactly like a singleton. Now, if they win with the queen of clubs and play a low club, we can work out that our partner must have led something like a singleton, because if West didn't have those clubs, partner then has Jack 10 8 2 of clubs and would have led the top club. So here, if West doesn't make the play of winning with the queen and say throwing away the 10, it's very simple for us to work out that the holding that partner led from pretty much has to be a club. If, on the other hand, here, we're not totally sure what partner's led from, and it can confuse us and make it a lot tougher. But what we should think about is that if West had a singleton club, they would very often just bang down the ace and start trying to discard their losers or something like that. The fact that they see that and then stop playing it means that our partner probably didn't lead from Jack 4th, in which case we should try and give them a ruff. Are there any questions about this hand? Okay, so this one was just inference from the lead, and then also the line of play that Declarer took. So a bit confusing, but hopefully you can see that sometimes you can work out that what partner led from, even if Declarer is trying to disguise what they've got. Okay, so here's a nice simple option and a nice simple hand. Partner leads the 4 of spades and goes king, and we should put in the king, not the jack or the 10. We don't want to do a discovery play or anything like that. And we've now won the king of spades. So at this point, should we switch to the king of diamonds or should we continue attacking spades? Okay. Before you want to decide this, there's two things we want to work out. Firstly, what was the lead from, because that's quite important to try and work out. And secondly, we've had quite a lot of information about the points that West has, so let's try and count how many points the missing hands have, and let's work out what partner can have. So I have 10 points. I have 6 in diamonds and 4 in spades. And dummy has 10 points as well, so that's 20 points. And West has 15 to 17. Okay. Now, if we give our partner can partner have the ace of diamonds? Here we know that partner cannot have the ace of diamonds. Okay. Because if they had the ace of diamonds, that's 4 of their points. At absolute best, they can have 5. That would give West the ace queen of spades, and they would have no reason to duck the spade if they were off the diamond suit. So they would definitely just win that and take all their tricks. So here we know partner can't have the ace of diamonds. But what do we need them to have to beat this contract? Well, it looks like East is going to get 5 club tricks, the ace of diamonds, and we know that West has either the ace or queen of spades. Now, what we actually need from partner is we can say they've got 5 club tricks, a diamond trick, a heart trick, probably some more heart tricks in the West hand, so they'll probably be able to get up to 9 tricks. So we need to try and get our tricks quickly. So we need to hope that partner's got the ace of spades and then continue spades rather than switching to diamonds. So this is a nice easy one where we just continue partner's suit. But it's important not to get distracted by your nice diamond cards here. Sometimes you do want to switch, sometimes you don't. But here, counting points can clear up which line of defense you should do. Another inference you can take is from declarer's line of play. If declarer has the ace of spades, they probably won't hold up spades if diamonds was the suit they were more worried about. Declarer will usually only hold up if there's the suit we're least worried about. Okay, and partner has 5 spades, so we managed to beat this. If partner only had a 4-card suit, then we would have they would have made their contract. Most likely. So that was just a nice simple example of counting points and then trying to work out which of the 2 nice suits that we want to attack, which one should we actually do. This was just a nice example of when we see counting points to work out which of the 2 nice suits should we attack and which one do we need to play on first. Are there any questions about that hand? Okay, so I've gone over most of the general techniques that we have for us trying to work out what we need to do to defeat this contract. The next thing, which is a bit tougher, is we want to try and make life as simple as possible for partner. Okay, so even if we can work out what's going on, we want to try and convey that information to partner. So here's a tricky example of that, and let's see if we can work it out. Okay, so partner leads the 3 of spades and dummy sticks in a low one. So first thing we want to work out is which spade do we want to play. So if partner's led low from ace king fourth, then we want to stick in the queen. But it's much more likely that I've led low from holdings such as ace 10 fourth, king 10 fourth, things like that. Those holdings come up more often. So while it could be right to stick in the queen, playing the nines are more likely to be the right card. Okay, and we forced the king, so it does look like partner led low from the 10 at least. They might have led from 10 fourth possibly, but we're not too worried about that. Okay. Okay, so what's gone on in the play so far? It's gone a low spade, small 9 king, and now they've played 4 rounds of diamonds. Okay, so first thing we want to do is West have told us a lot about their points on this hand. They've said they've got 6 to 9 points. So what do we know about the missing hands here? We know that our partner has both of the aces. They've got the ace of spades and the ace of hearts. Okay, that was the last diamond that West is going to cash. They're out of diamonds. Now, if partner also led a fourth best spade, what we can see is that partner can get 3 more spade tricks, because it can go queen of spades, spade to the ace, 10 of spades. We can get the ace of hearts, so that's 4 tricks. And if we can convince partner to lead clubs through twice, we can see that we can get 4 club tricks, because our club 9 is so good that we'll be able to make that. So how can we convince partner to lead clubs through twice? Especially because we don't have a low encourage signal in clubs that we can make. So at this time we want to do something strange, because if, say, West leads a heart now, partner will probably duck that, because looking at the king jack, the declarer has a guess of whether to play low to the king or low to the jack. Now we don't want partner to duck the heart. We know we can get 4 club tricks, 3 spades and a heart. We can get all the rest of the tricks after this one. So how can we convince partner not to duck the heart? The way we can do that is throw away the queen. If we throw away the queen, partner has no reason whatsoever to duck the heart. And if we do something really strange like throw away the queen, they might be able to work out why we threw away the queen. We're trying to give them some information. It's not a signal, but it basically says do not duck the heart. So what reason could we have for telling partner not to duck the heart? It's because we know we can get the rest of the tricks. And now if partner can work out, if partner knows we know we can get the rest of the tricks, they can work out more about what our hand is. So here, if partner knows we can get the rest of the tricks and it's not in hearts, they know we can't get all the rest of the tricks in spades, so therefore they can work out they can play a club. Now, I might not do this play with partner I didn't have a lot of faith in, because they'll probably just think I'm a bit loopy and just keep ploughing on with spades. But if you have respect for your partner, this should be able to make it easier for them to work out what's going on. So here you want to throw away the queen of hearts. So if partner follows that logic, they can realize that they should play the ace of hearts and lead a club for you, because your clubs must be good. And now we go back to the spades and let partner win the trick, and then put them back on. And they get their final spade, and we get to throw away our heart and play another club. There is a slight chance that it would have been a bit foolish in that partner only had one club and West had 5. But can you work out why that's unlikely to have occurred? If partner only had one club, then they would have more than, they've only shown up with 3 diamonds, and we saw that the 3 of spades, so we know they've only got 4 spades. So if they had a 5-card heart suit, they probably would have led a heart rather than a spade. Now, because they led a spade, it looks like they don't have that shape, and that partner will have at least 2 clubs, so we can still work that out. But are there any questions about that hand? No? Okay, so I'll just move on. No, just pondering what percentage of my partners would understand why through the Queen of Hearts. If it's the first time you do it, probably not many, but if you do it more over with your partner and it's something that they might see, whenever partner does something really strange, you want to take a moment to think, why have they done that? Maybe they have some problem, or maybe they're trying to tell me something. And it's a good way of telling partner something strange is going on in this hand, or I know all the information and I'm trying to tell you. So once you see it, you might be able to get more of, do more of those plays. They don't come up that often, but what you have to realize is that if declarer had led a heart towards the king jack, partner would have a legitimate choice of should they duck it or should they take the ace. But what you're trying to do to make life partner easier for partner is remove their choices. So here we remove their wrong choices, at least. Throw the Queen of Hearts away. They now know that they don't have a choice whether to duck it or not, but just take the ace. Okay, this one's another example of making life easier for partner. So partner stumbles on a good lead. So we want to play the lower of touching honours and stick in the queen. Okay, and that holds a trick. So we can play another diamond now, and we see the jack appear, and partner lets that hold for us. Okay, so, and now we've seen partner follow with the 5 of diamonds after playing a higher one. So we know partner's got a 5-card diamond suit. So, good news, all our diamonds are cashing. We've got 5 diamond tricks. But 5 diamond tricks isn't enough tricks to beat the contract. So we want to try and beat the contract. So either we need partner to have another card, or otherwise, yeah, we need partner to have another card, or otherwise they're going to make the contract. We might be able to get 5 diamond tricks, but that's about it. They'll be able to take 4 club tricks, at least 3 heart tricks. But we can also count points. West has 15 to 17, and we've only seen one of their points. And we had 11, dummy has 6, so that's 17 points in total. So there's a total of 23 missing points. West has 15 to 17. So partner's got between 6 and 8, and they've got at least the ace of diamonds. So we know that. That's 4 of their points. And there's actually no more missing queens. So partner can't have another queen. So partner either has one of the missing kings or a missing ace. So we can work that out. But we could just play a diamond and then probably try and signal for that we discourage clubs and we discourage hearts. But a nice simple way of telling partner where we want our points is, before playing that final diamond, is just play the king of spades. So this sort of hand comes up a lot, where we just, instead of trying to hope that a signal will convey our information, this was similar to a point that was brought up on one of the first hands, that maybe I could have cashed the king of clubs against 4 hearts doubled. But that would risk giving away a trick in a doubled contract, which you don't really want to do. But if it wasn't a doubled contract, your main focus is on just beating it. But you'll want to just switch to cards and make life as simple as possible and tell partner, this is where the missing my tricks are. And they duck a spade. And now we've told partner where our points are. He now knows that we've got really good spades, so we can go back to diamonds. We've given them the information, so we can let them cash their diamonds. Now we don't need to worry about what signal have we shown or anything like that. Partner knows for certain where our points are and what we want them to play afterwards. And that was the final hand I'd prepared, but it was just a nice, quite a common example of how you should be thinking on defense and how to make life easy for partner. Possibly switching to a card to say, yes, these are where my tricks are. Not just always going, yep, diamond, 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 and then trying to work out how to signal to them. But instead just, yeah, I won the diamonds. I know the diamonds are good. 5 diamond tricks aren't enough to beat this contract. So I better tell partner where the rest of my tricks are and switch to the king of spades to make it extremely easy for them. Okay. So any questions about that hand? Okay, so we'll stop there. Just a reminder, if you like this, I do some more online content. I've got a website, and it's also, I broadcast some live video through a different website, so I'll just post those links in there. So the bridgestream.weebly.com is a website where I've just got old lessons and recorded other videos which you can check out. There's some other features on there as well. I also just do live bridge broadcasts where I'm playing random hands usually, sometimes doing lessons through www.twitch.tv/Peter Hollins. And these only occur during the times when I'm actually on. It's kind of just a live broadcast. If you go to the site, it's got a list of what times I'm usually on in my own time zone, which is Melbourne, Australia. But thanks all for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next week.